Tonight, Ian Leith. I'm very happy to have him here tonight. Ian is a working musician. He plays out all the time. And he is going to bless us with about 9 or 10 great original songs. He plays a lot of covers when he's working, but he has an opportunity tonight to play all of his great music tonight. Pretty much it. We're going to hop right into the show. Ian, tell us what you got in store for us tonight, Ian. Your warm-up sounded great.
Thank you, Fletch. Just got some original tunes. Like you said, I play around bars and stuff doing restaurants and covers gigs, so it's nice to have the opportunity to play some of the stuff that I've written over the years.
I've been listening to you on Spotify. You have a lot of releases out there over the years. I'll throw up your album a little bit later if they want to buy it. But you have a great breadth and diversity. I'm looking forward. I've only heard 1 or 2 of these songs during the warm-up, but I'm looking forward to hearing all of them. Have a great show, Ian, and we'll see you later.
Right on. Hello, everybody. I'm going to start off with a song that I'm about to release on all platforms very shortly. This is called Koala. It's about a koala, metaphorically speaking. Children never really grow. All this ritual is just a show. We keep playing along. Did you know koala's not a bear at all? In fact, it's a marsupial. I wonder what else we get wrong. Can't you see? Speaking scientifically, there's only one family tree, from the bird to the manatee. But love is love. If you believe in God above, or even in the lack thereof, we're all looking for heaven, whatever the hell that means. Tragedy, or maybe it's a comedy, that with all our technology we keep getting in our own way. We could put out all the fires in the world if we wanted, but somewhere someone's always worried about how it's gonna get paid. Can't you see? Evil is the root of all money. All this talk about harmony just makes the universe laugh hysterically. Love is love. You believe in God above, or even in the lack thereof. We're all looking for heaven, whatever the hell that means. song called Koala. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does feel like the old live stream days during the COVID period where we all kind of had to get inventive, us musicians who couldn't play out. Had to figure out different ways to still get out there and be heard and play for people and feel at least a little sense of community. So it's actually kind of comfortable. It kind of reminds me, those were good times amongst, dark times.
Gave you some time to write some music, I guess.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, a lot of hunkering down. Yeah. Did this place get the bunker name during that time?
Oh yeah. That's absolutely how it came into being.
Everybody kind of felt like they had their own little.
Yeah, everybody was worried about hunkering down and getting in the bunker, and so that's how it came about.
What do they call that? Their fortress of solitude.
I call it shelves of food.
Yeah, right. Yeah, got to be ready for everything. Well, not to waste too much time. So that song is called Koala. I'm actually getting ready to release that. I recorded a really cool version of it with a producer named Christian Motor. He's based out of Oak Park. And very shortly I will be putting it out there into the world. This next one is a song called Heart Like a Crown, and this also will be released shortly. I'm really working on a second full-length CD release. CD as in a release. I'm sure I'll put it on CD or some kind of physical platform. I'm old school like that. But nowadays, as long as it exists and it's out there somewhere, I guess that's the point, right? It'll be streaming. Vinyl, keeping my fingers crossed for that. That's a pipe dream for me right now. But in the meantime, here's the song that will eventually be somewhere. It's called Heart Like a Crown. Heeding the call, but is it enough? Gotta come correct, but is it enough? And I'm coming with all that I am, and all I am is a strange array of complications, contradictions, blind observations, countless reservations, sympathetic lies. It's just a matter of time, one way or another, gonna get in tune, even if it takes forever. And I'm coming with all that I am, and all I am is a dead weight, swing in your direction, crying for attention, but that's not my intention. In case I fail to mention, it's still a mystery. You got it all, what do you need from me? If they could see me now, I hope it's you that they see. Nothing can bring me down, I wear your heart like a crown. Nothing can bring me down, I wear your heart like a crown. Coming with all that I am, and all I am is yours. All I am is yours. Heart Like a Crown, soon to be released. Fingers crossed, if all things work out right. So I'm in a band called the Dozen Buzzin' Cousins. We're based out of Berwyn, Illinois. I've been in Berwyn about 13 years now. Originally from St. Louis, but originally born in El Paso, Texas. There's a point to this. Used to drive a lot. I mean, still drive a lot, but I used to drive a lot when I lived in California, and my sister's in El Paso, and my family's in St. Louis. Did a lot of road tripping. And I always wanted to write a song kind of like Of the Road, and also wanted to write a song about breakfast and about chocolate milk, because one of my favorite songwriters is Rufus Wainwright, and he's got a song called Cigarettes and Chocolate Milk. And I'm like, nobody ever uses chocolate milk in a song. And I'm like, maybe I'll be the second one to do so. I need a pick for this one, though. Hey, Fletch, should I comment on the comments?
No, you got a couple more songs to go. We'll hop into the comments later.
Okay. Well, that's one of them real live moments, folks. A peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, don't be afraid, audience.
Let me hear you.
Shout out, wave some hands, put in a graphic emoji or whatever it is. Emoji. Yeah.
Just to let us know you're out there. Put in a knife if I'm killing it, or put in an okay sign, a thumbs up. So this song's called Eggs and Bacon. Make you hungry. Hungry. Sitting in a diner waiting on my eggs and bacon. I'm thinking about all the bad decisions that I'm making. Think instead of soda that I should have ordered chocolate milk. Planning out a route on a AAA map. When I get to Tucumcari, maybe I can take a nap. Dream about the girl that said she wanted it but never will. Waiting in a truck stop in Oklahoma. Looks just like anyone in Arizona. Maybe I'll call her when I get to Tacoma, maybe. Back of a menu with a coffee stain on it. These words I started writing, slowly turning to a sonnet dedicated to the girl who said she wanted it but never will. Waiting in a truck stop in Oklahoma. Looks just like anyone in Arizona. Maybe I'll call her when I get to Tacoma, maybe. On the back of a menu with a coffee stain on it. These words I started writing, slowly turning to a sonnet dedicated to the girl who said she wanted it but never will. Oh. I was getting nervous with that last chord.
That's your little country track.
It's my little country track, yeah. It's hard to describe myself. One of my biggest, I wouldn't say fear, but one of my bigger things, the things that I try to avoid is writing about myself. Like a lot of places need a bio. What's you sound like? What do you sound like? What do you do? What genre are you? I just like too much music to label myself. I mean, I guess the Americana folk thing, but I like country, I like metal, I like reggae, I like gypsy jazz, I like all that stuff, and so I just say I'm a guy on a guitar and I got fingers. So whatever comes out of that.
You don't have a lot of comments yet, but you got two folks here. You should shout them out.
Hey, who I got here?
You got a Cat somebody.
Oh, I know Cat. What's up, Cat? How you doing? I think she's in Florida.
And Brom Donovan, thanks for Thanks for giving a little shout out.
Brom, I'm a married man, but thank you very much. Or maybe I should give off that illusion that he's still accessible like they used to do with the boy bands in the day. To keep the relationship hidden. Yeah, folks, if you're watching and you got questions, I'm all yours right now. This is how the live stream thing works. This was during the pandemic. I remember there used to be a live stream platform on Reddit called RPAN, and it would be sometimes one person there, sometimes just me, sometimes 300,000, and it was overwhelming. So we're not to the overwhelming point yet when they start commenting. But let's try to get there. So I did a song called Koala, and now I'm going to do a song called Butterfly. For some reason, I like to write songs about critters. I'll just put that in that's what my pocket's for. The song's called Butterfly. Weight of the world draws out a sigh, but you are weightless, baby, you're my butterfly. When my patience is in short supply, there's always a deep reserve just for my butterfly. When the danger starts getting too high, like a helicopter rescued by my butterfly, I let the madness drift on by. You carry me far away, baby, you're my butterfly. It's hard to be angry with you on my mind. Open up my fist to hold you, baby, you're my butterfly. Hard to be angry with you on my mind. Open up my fist to hold you, baby, you're my butterfly. Temperature's rising, there's blood in my eye, but you bring it right back down, baby, you're my butterfly. All my anger left out to dry, fluttering into my view, here comes my butterfly. Hard to be angry with you on my mind. Open up my fist to hold you, baby, you're my butterfly. It's hard to be angry with you on my mind. Open up my fist to hold you, baby, you're my butterfly. Open up my fist to hold you, baby, you're my butterfly. When the wind sings its lullaby, I know it starts and ends with you, baby, you're my butterfly. I know it starts and ends with you, baby, you're my butterfly. I know it starts and ends with you, baby, you're my butterfly.
Nice, nice. Hey,
Thank you very much.
a little bit of background. When time frame did you write these songs? We have 4 down.
Well,
10 years, couple years.
within the
new
past,
songs?
Koala is probably. I know when I wrote Koala. That was during just before the pandemic, when all of the koalas in Australia, they had their habitat threatened with the fires. I participated in a songwriter night with Rebecca Hasso. She's a great Chicago musician, and she puts on shows. She does theme shows all the time, like endangered species shows and Bad Luck Friday the 13th shows. So that was written about 2020 for one of her events about we were fundraising for the koala situation. And then the whole world caught on fire. Heart Like a Crown, that was probably written about 2 years ago. I wrote that for, there's another artist named Jenny Beneman, and she puts on shows based on her haikus that she writes. She's a very great musician and poet.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so a lot of these songs are prompted by other friends' sort of assignments, like, hey, and I think there's a good utility for that. Sometimes when you're just left to create on your own with a blank page and no parameters, you don't get anything done. But if someone gives you a sort of a mission and assignment and a deadline and like boundaries to write within, then it funnels you towards that creative end. And so I thank them for that, for inspiring me and pushing me to like, hey, why don't you participate in this? And it gave me a chance to finish some ideas that I had and combine some ideas, some music with some words that were bouncing around in my head. And those are both within the past 4 years. Eggs and Bacon, that was probably written a few years ago. A lot of these are like began writing them years ago, and then just they've been a process involved into their final form. Eggs and Bacon I have recorded, and that's on Spotify. The other two are coming soon, and they've only recently been like finalized, and I can say, okay, that's a finished song. That last one, Butterfly, was probably written around the same time as Heart Like a Crown, about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, great. Thanks, man.
And I've got 20 years of songwriting that are sporadically recorded and released. My first CD that came out 10 years ago, called Adventus, has songs that range from being recorded in 2001 all the way up to when the night before I sent it off to be finalized, and because I was in a rush to get a product done, so that when I used to work on cruise ships, and I did a run on cruise ships and realized, man, I should be selling CDs on here. So I was home for a few months between shifts, between contracts, and I was like, I need to get a CD for the next time I'm out, and so I can at least supplement some income, hopefully sell some CDs. And so that happened in 2013, and that was a sort of a combination of songs I'd written over the past 10 years, which is a little unorthodox, I think, for most people who release music like that. Usually it's a session here, and over a few days or weeks or whatever. If you're Metallica, months. And yeah, this next CD is probably going to be another combination of things that I've written over the past 10 years, because it's been, I released it in 2015, not 13. I'm getting my years mixed up. I can't believe it's already 2025, folks. So this song is called Brandice, and it's a song based. I'll explain who Tenzing Norgay is after the song. I say the name Tenzing Norgay in there, and just so you don't have to Google it in the middle of the song. It's called Brandice. This is on my first record, Adventus. Brandice, you're a brave little girl. Someday you're gonna see the world and capture awesome things on cameras to fill 1,000,000 picture frames. We have so much fun together. I could sing to you forever. You've got an honest, open heart, something I noticed from the start. Brandice, have you ever turned your lens around and seen how light plays forever in your eye? There's
just so many things you do that makes me wanna stick with you. Like when you tilt your crooked smile as if you knew all the while that I never stood a chance. And when you asked me to dance, my fate was sealed. No matter where I'm going your way, I'm gonna be your Tenzing Norgay. No burden is too great to bear, I'm going with you everywhere. Brandice, have you ever turned your lens around and seen how light plays forever in your eyes? There's just so many things you do that makes me wanna stick with you. Like when you tilt your crooked smile as if you knew all the while that I never stood a chance. And when you asked me to dance, my fate was sealed.
Love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love that. Lyrical dexterity. Stories and the lyrics.
Do you know who Tenzing Norgay was, Fletch?
No, I don't.
He was he accompanied Edmund Hillary up Mount Everest. He was one of the first two human beings to climb, of record, to climb atop Mount Everest back in the 50s. And the picture of the first man on top of Mount Everest is actually of our buddy Tenzing Norgay. He was a Nepalese Sherpa, which is just another word for mountain climber over there. And a little National Geographic related history there.
Very cool.
And any chatting going on? Hey, thank you.
Nice little audience in here tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming
Welcome
out.
to the party.
Don't be shy. Ask questions. I want to, especially if you know Ian and you're tuned in tonight, or if you don't know him, ask like really embarrassing questions. That's what the show's all about.
I may or may not answer them.
Yeah. Oh, you'll answer them, or I will for you.
Okay. I may not answer them correctly, but I'll answer them. You'll get something. I guess in the meantime, we'll just keep on with the songs. I wrote this song called Forgiveness because it's a funny thing.
I can take some random words and pepper in some nouns and verbs and say them to you all strung out together. Maybe take the time and write a poem by the candlelight, lick the glue and send it in a letter. I tried so many different ways to tell myself that as the days go by, you won't detect a change in weather. No one likes the letting go. It hurts the moment when you know there's nothing you can do to make things better. You make love, you break love, you take love for granted. I feel it in my bones, just what it does. It's a shame to love another when the other isn't over what it was. I'm sitting on a broken heart, my life is feeling ripped apart. The last thing that I wanna do is sing. One day I'll be ready. For now I just hold steady. Forgiveness never was no easy thing. You make love, you break love, you take love for granted. I feel it in my bones, just what it does. It's a shame to love another and the other isn't over what it was. Sitting on a broken heart and my life is feeling ripped apart. The last thing that I wanna do is sing. The last thing that I wanna do is sing. The last thing that I wanna do is they call that an unresolved ending, and it always throws audiences off. So the awkward silence here is actually good to deal with because nobody's here.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's sort of tough in the studio because you're not getting that feedback with applause.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but everybody's applauding in their hearts and in the comments if they would get motivated.
yeah. Thank you. Burnsby. What's up, Burnsby? I might ask some of you questions. Like, somebody commented, "What a hunk." Have you ever had Pantera's Pizza? It's a St. Louis area pizza. They've got a dish there called the hunk, and it's one of my favorite foods in the world. And every time I go back to the Metro East area, Southern Illinois, outside of St. Louis, I get a hunk. So free advertisement for Pantera's right there. Sorry, they're a small pizza place. Don't worry. Yeah, I guess we're just rolling through here. Like I said, this harkens back to the days of the live stream, days of pandemic stuff where you're just trying to work on your banter, which is something that all musicians have to work on. Right now I'm dealing with one of a musician's worst nightmares. I had my fingernail just the right length and consistency for playing guitar, and then I broke it, so I'm dealing with sort of a handicap at this point.
Oh, is that important for finger picking?
Yeah, because your approach to the strings, the way you pluck it. Now I'm using more of the meat of my finger to pluck instead of the nail, which does all the work. Because you get that nice, like a pickle. That's what you want it to sound like, and I know it's going to sound like.
It sort of sounds like it's a never-ending battle between breaking your nails or finger picking correctly. Am I missing something here?
No, you're not. That's it. It's a delicate balance. There's like a sweet spot, and there's more bad days than good. But when they're good, they're great. I'm guessing it's like a pool, like a billiards player. It's probably got the perfect right amount of chalk, and he knows when it's not right.
All right, you got a couple comments coming. Oh, we got some activity here. Thank you guys. Don't be shy. Type in something.
My sister's on. What's up?
Oh, put him on the spot. Put him on the spot. That's what we like to do.
What's up, Marangi?
Any Janet?
Yeah, my sister Janet's on low.
All right, Janet.
Hello, Coraline. I'm sure she's watching too. If she's not,
You have to tell us an embarrassing anecdote about when Ian was a young child.
Oh, really? We're gonna go there.
Yeah.
There are none. Janet, Christmas is coming. You don't want unhappy kids, do you? Uncle Ian better
just trying to
get the good
prime the
treatment.
pump. Just trying to prime the pump.
Fox's Pizza, huh? I'm always looking for new pizza joints, so that's another thing that this can be used for. If anybody has any pizza recommendations, throw them up here. Let's all learn something tonight. And everybody stay hydrated. It's very important in this dry winter atmosphere. Let's have a good time, folks. Even though I'm singing sad songs, this is what I say to people when I'm playing shows. I'm here to play happy songs that'll make you want to drink a little bit, sad songs that'll make you want to drink a little bit. And the more you drink, the better I get. It's the name of the game sometimes. It's all about those numbers, right? Could be coffee, too. So this song, I wrote a song called Koala, and I wrote a song called Butterfly, both about animals. This next song is called Buzz, and it's also about an animal. This is about a toad that I had for a brief minute when I was a child.
I was just a little boy of only 8 years old. I reached into my pocket, pulled out a green toad. Don't know how he got in there, but in there he sure was. Took him in the house, cleaned him up, called him Buzz. He didn't like bananas, he didn't like bologna. He didn't care for olive dip or cheese and macaroni. He wouldn't touch the green beans or the popcorn or the s'mores. Boy, did he sure like the bugs I found on the screen door. My mother wasn't as impressed as I was on that day. She cursed me out in Spanish, said, "Get that thing away." My dad was looking quite amused and somewhat less upset. Said when he was young, he too had slimy pets. The girl across the street that I was sweet on only shrieked, but all the neighbor boys lined up to catch a little peek. At night I put him in a box to take for show and tell. Morning came and I picked up an unfamiliar smell. Uh-oh. I didn't know what dying was. To me it looked like sleep. Buzz didn't move at all. We didn't make a peep. It was a lovely service by the cigar tree and back. Filled his box with ants in case he wanted one last snack. Many years have passed, time marches on, that's what it does. The ones you lose, they stay with you forever, even Buzz. If it's a reunion with all the friends I've had, waiting at the end of this, I swear I won't be mad. Buzz.
Now, I'm going to pause here for just a second.
Sure.
You're going to check some comments in a second.
Okay.
But is there a real experience behind you writing that song, or is this an imagination song?
That one is 95% real. I was wearing a pair of overalls when I was a kid, and you know how the overalls have like a little pocket in the front.
Yeah, sure.
And I found there was a toad in and I think my brother planted it thinking he was going to scare me. But I was like, oh, cool. And so I had him for a day and didn't take good enough care of him. And the next day, I did cut holes in the box. I think, people ask me that. You said you put him in a box, but did you cut holes? And yeah, I did what I thought was the right thing. But maybe it was just his time, just Buzz's time.
All right, pick up that phone. You got some comments.
Yeah,
here.
I did get some time. Get some, let's see, Fox Pizza.
Yeah. Your sister asked a question, and somebody said James Taylor sounding. You know what? That song was James Taylor sounding, come to think of it.
Yeah.
It's sort of
I'll take that. Not a bad
not a bad association at all.
Yeah. His chord poster on the ceiling. Oh yeah. I used to have a poster on my ceiling, so when I was laying in bed I could just fall asleep practicing chords.
How old were you when you were doing that?
I was probably my junior high through high school years.
All right, let's get into this. So you're no longer a teenager, you're out of your 20s. So how long have you been playing, and how did this all come about? And take a little bit of a break and tell us your story.
The origins. So I've always had music in my house. My mother sings mariachi music, and there was always a guitar laying around. My brother-in-law played, my brother played, my sister played. I should say. They're still around and they still play. And my father just loved all kinds of music. So my whole family just had a diverse collection of music, from everything from my dad's jazz and country to my sister's metal and rock and stuff. And so there was always music in the house. There was always a guitar around that I would noodle on. But I seriously started playing when I was about 12, because my brother bought a guitar and he used to keep it in his room, and I would sneak in there and play it and make sure to put it in exactly the same position so that he didn't know, because he used to get mad at first. And then one day he came and I was playing some Zeppelin riff and he's like, "Hey, how'd you do that?" And so after that I was like encouraged to play, and then my dad bought me my own guitar for my 13th birthday. And so that's when I went headlong into it. It went from baseball cards to music.
Is this Texas or Southern Illinois?
No, I grew up in Granite City, Illinois. I was born in El Paso, Texas, but we moved to outside of St. Louis, a town called Granite City, Illinois, when I was 4 years old. But my sister still lives in El Paso.
And what was your first guitar?
My first guitar.
It's not
that
the one
was
sitting
mine.
next to you.
No, that's the one I played a lot as a kid. This used to be my mother. So this technically is my first guitar because I've had it the longest. I just sort of assumed it from my mother. But the guitar I received on my birthday was an electric guitar. My first electric guitar was a Squier Stratocaster. And
that's a good way to start.
Oh yeah. And followed by, actually I had an amp before I had a guitar because I was borrowing my brother's guitar. I saw an amp and I begged my dad to get it, and then he's like, "Well, you're going to have to get a guitar for that too." So I slowly assembled a rig in my bedroom. And this was when I was about 13 years old. And I can remember easily because I remember buying the guitar magazines any chance I could when they were at like 7-Eleven or something. I'd get Guitar Player or Guitar World. And I had the first one I purchased for the longest time. It was from 1990. I had Marty Friedman on the cover from Megadeth. And yeah.
So I just want to bring up, you've been playing for like a long time.
Yeah, since I was 13, since 1990. So do the math.
10 years, about 10 years.
About 10, a couple dozen times two. It's been a while. Feels like only yesterday though, right? And yeah, pretty much every day since then. There's hardly been a day where I don't play. I don't feel right if I don't play guitar for a couple hours every day. I should be better, actually. I know that there's like some prodigies out there that have only been playing 2-3 years and they're already on the internet just shredding like mozzarella cheese. Just blah, 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 blah. But I love doing it, and ain't no stopping now. Any other questions, people? How are we?
You pump them up, play another song, and we'll circle back.
Okay. This one is called Diamond. And I just kind of wrote this because I had a niece that was going through some sad experience, and I tried to empathize with it by writing a song about it. So. Hey, little sister, boys being mean, saying nasty things, laughing as you cry. Do they trip you in the halls? Do they write your name on walls? Do they pass you by? Someday they will be the ones crying over you. Does your mother tuck you in at night, tell you things will be alright, and you hear the screaming through the walls? Are your dreams only memories you can't share with anyone at all? Someday you'll be the one
held on high. Search for daddy's shoulder, turns up nothing. These others ain't the same. Your diary spills over with those questions and the cursing of his name. Someday he will be the one missing you. But not too soon, not too soon. I know you're feeling out of place like the morning moon, shining where you have no business shining. But don't you know, even the sun is a dying star. You were just a diamond in the dark, waiting for the light to find you.
Oh, what a beautiful song.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Any new? My top 2 favorite bands. People love to ask that question. Well, it depends on what time of life you're talking about. But growing up, and the most inspiring band probably to me is Rush. And possibly
Prog rock guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was like a Yes lover.
Yes is up there.
And then Rush came back to me later on in life. I'm like, oh, these guys are right in that prog rock kick-ass vein too.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah, they had an interesting arc. I feel like their early stuff was Sabbathy, and then they got really into the long composition chapters of songs and stuff, kind of like Yes. And
I find myself now in the last literally year going back and watching and listening to them now more than I did a long time ago.
yeah,
It's
it ages well.
yeah,
It ages well.
It sure does.
I love seeing them sort of have these waves of resurgence. Like right now, there's a lot of young folks that are into, it's funny when you hear like School of Rock is a phenomenon in my neighborhood. There's a lot of School of Rock kids. So these kids you think the kids don't know what good old music is, but when they go to these School of Rock and they learn how to play the instruments, they're going to these old classic songs that might have been in Guitar Hero. Was that Guitar Hero? The video game?
Oh yeah.
And like, it's a crazy time to be alive where everything exists all at once, as they say. So they can access, if they want to go in any rabbit hole, any decade, any genre, they can get it right there.
I have 2 daughters. They're like 29, 30 years old now. But when they first started getting into music and asked me about what I listened to and that kind of stuff, I threw out some CDs. And all of a sudden, they gravitated to like Led Zeppelin.
There we go.
And
another one.
They're going back to the 70s. The 70s were extremely underrated for music. In a way, it was some of the best music that came out in a long time. But
it was a wild, creative time.
It sure was.
But yeah, I'd say, to answer your question, I couldn't just limit it to 2 bands, because as soon as I say one, I'm like, I better mention them. So the Rush, Zeppelin, Yes, Genesis, Police, Pink Floyd. That was my ABCs growing up, and then that was the music that I listened to that my sisters and brothers all loved too. So you kind of don't have a choice when you're a kid. You listen to what's around. And then I didn't have the Beatles, I didn't have Elvis, I had that stuff. And then when I started listening to my own music and pursuing music of my own, I liked Primus and Alice in Chains and Faith No More and Pantera. Those were some of the first things that I bought with my own money. And nowadays, I'm into so much stuff. One of the bands that sticks out to me is the Decemberists and Fleet Foxes and Spoon. Those are the the 21st century bands that I'm really into. Strokes. Yeah, but I'm always looking for new music to listen to. That's you can't listen to it all, but I'm trying. I just devour it.
All right, so we got this next song coming up, and the title is very interesting. It's called Yes, 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 Yes. That's 5 yeses.
That's right.
I don't know about the title of that song, but I'll maybe you'll back it up here.
It has nothing to do with When Harry Met Sally. I can tell you that. Some of you might get that joke. This song is this is one that my band, the Dozen Buzzin' Cousins, plays a lot, and so it sounds more fun with the whole band. But I'll try to do it justice. It goes like this. Do you want to be with me? Do you want to run and jump and sing through the bubblegum tree? Do you want to stay up eating junk food or watching late night B-movies? Could it be you and me with no other company? Want to live ever happily, joyfully? Answer me, say yes, 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 yes. Yes. Do you want to be with me? Do you want to run and jump and swing from the bubblegum tree? Do you want to stay up eating junk food or watching late night B-movies? Could it be you and me with no other company? Want to live ever happily, joyfully? Answer me, say yes, 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 yes. Oh, love is a flower forever growing. Love is a river ever flowing. Love is a little bird never knowing just how big it is. Love is a flower ever growing. Love is a river ever flowing. Love is a little bird never knowing just how big it is. Do you wanna be with me? Do you wanna run and jump and swing from the bubblegum tree? Do you wanna stay up eating junk food, watching late night B-movies? Could it be you and me with no other company? Wanna live ever happily, joyfully? Answer me, say yes, 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 yes. Say yes, 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 yes. Say yes, 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 yes.
Oh, very cool. I'm going to put you on the spot to play another song.
Oh, okay.
So you get to pick one out. I know we cut it down because we thought we were going to go too long, but play another song. Play another song. Maybe the audience might know some of their favorite songs, but you pick out one and we'll go from there.
Okay. Rush fans usually do like Queensryche, and I did too. Operation Mindcrime. This song, I'm gonna do one that I wasn't planning to do, but since that was an upbeat one, I want to end on another upbeat one. You know, this is a positive experience, so let's leave a good taste in the mouth. This one's called "Scraping the Bottom," and I call this the potato pancake intro because it goes potato pancake, 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 potato pancake, 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 potato pancake, potato pancakes, potato pancakes. Spend my money like a fool just to keep her attention. She treated me kindly, she treated me cruel. She did things I can't mention. Things were hot, then things got cold. Never once in the middle. She dragged my heart out about 1,000 stairs and then threw it out the window. So I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Baby, let me tell you it's slim pickings now. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Oh, sorry, honey, I'm singing this tune. It's all my heart can allow. Told myself a million times, never let a woman own me. The shorter the skirt, the longer the hurt, that's what my daddy told me. There's a thing called joy and pain, and I always find myself between
trick me again, and this time I really mean it. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Baby, let me tell you, my chips have all ran down. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Oh, sorry, I'm singing this tune, buying you a drink. It's all my heart can allow. What do you want from me? A little romance or chivalry? When devilry is all she gave to me. Yeah. I got taken for a ride, I'd be the first to tell you. Problem is when I say no, it always comes out as hell yeah. Do with me what you will, should be tattooed on my forehead. I've never been a bigger sucker than me since history's been recorded. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Baby, let me tell you, my bowl's all cashed out. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Oh, sorry, honey, I'm singing this tune, buying you a drink, taking you home is all my heart can allow. Whoa.
Whoa! Thank you so much.
World.
Oh, Ian got a couple comments on the way out.
Oh, yeah?
You know, you're talking about the music and the history and how you came up with everything. Your original songs, I have a feeling you wrote these over a long period of time. Some of them, they're different genres and they're meandering in and out. I have a feeling some of these are old, some of these are new. It was very interesting how you said some of these you actually wrote for specific people in specific circumstances, like Diamond. Then Forgiveness, I was like, your lyrical ability is like amazing. It's like, and that reminds me of so many artists I grew up that have this vivid storytelling pattern behind them, and it is really, really just that is something that a lot of people don't have.
Thank you very much.
A lot of times the lyrics are, and I used to write songs, and I always would get into me and my and me. You know, it's like it all sort of sucks down to what I'm feeling. And it's like no. Tell a story. But and you had Brandice was a story too. Mm-hmm. Brandice was a story, and I love the stories. Support the artist, support the band or the artist. You'll find the links down below. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Facebook. That is for free. If you're watching this on repeat, please like and subscribe to The Bunker. Please mostly important, like this video, and that'll help the YouTube God algorithms spread this show far and wide. And we'll close out the show. Closing comments to you, Ian.
Thank you very much, Fletch, for having me out, and please support live local music, not just me, but everybody.
Oh, that was short and sweet.
Need more?
Yeah, you got to give me 1 minute to cue it up.
Okay. Well, folks, let me just say, playing live music is a mandatory thing in my life. And for those of you that are like me that also want to go and experience live music, it's something that AI can never replicate. I say that watching 1,000 Years, we'll probably have Chuck E. Cheese playing all the hits, animatronics, but it won't have the soul.
Love you, Ian. Love you, audience. Thank you so much, Ian. Come back anytime you want to. Have a great night, guys, and we'll see you on Thursday, 2 days from now.